Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Full pYanodon's. We are making progress, whatever that means in pYanodon's. Just taking the steps. It's all about the journey, not the destination, right? We had made a big checklist of things to do, and I played a tiny bit between last episode and this one. I did automate a couple more things for science. Automation science here. I got the iron plates hooked in, and I got a soil extractor hooked in, so I don't have to manually feed those. We got the flora hooked in, so now the only things I'm manually feeding are the ash, the small parts, and the wood. And the ash I refilled to 64,000, so that's going to last probably until I rebuild this. So really just small parts and wood. And that's all we need to make sure automation science keeps rolling. We were also working on bootstrapping Vrauks to get just enough py1 science to actually get some of the more important ones, and then we can work on a more kind of advanced base in a lot of ways. And I worked a little bit on getting the copper improvements set up. The reason I was working on this is because it nets me quite a bit of stone, which I currently am short on, and I was hoping that that would be enough stone that I wouldn't need to go tap into this stone mine over here, because I'd rather not do that. So we're going to work on finishing this copper setup, and then we do need some more power and a million other things, but we'll start with the stones, or the copper setup here, and then we'll get back to Vrauks and trying to get the py1 bootstrapped. So this is a pretty simple build, actually, for copper. It's surprising how few furnaces you need to smelt the grade 2 copper. It goes really fast. But I do need a lot of automated screeners, which is a bit of a problem because they require 60 steel each. And steel is extremely slow right now. So I only have 4 built so far. We do have the 5 jaw crushers built. So I just need to bring the copper ore into here. It'll get screened into grade 1 and 2. And the grade 1 gets reprocessed and crushed into grade 2 and stone. The stone gets sorted out and goes into the same stone line that our byproduct stone from iron goes into, which is right here. And I also rebuilt this. Someone was giving me a hard time about that in the last stream. I forget who, but they'll be happy because now we are storing up the stone as a secondary output and then bringing it in as a secondary input. So when we have extra, we'll store some up, and when we have not enough, we'll bring some out, which should help with the buffering overall. I don't know if it's in the long run too much or too little, so that still could back up eventually, but it's at least a little bit of a help. And then we haven't really sent this anywhere yet. It ends down here, but this is going to be the grade 2 copper that we smelt in. And we're only going to need 3 stone furnaces. We might need more furnaces because the inserters are going to be too slow, actually. In any case, all we need to do now is bring the belt of copper ore up, and that should call that done. Just for sake of... Should I have the old one? No, I think we're just done with the old one. There's absolutely no purpose anymore in the old one. Move this onto this side. And the base is just a hot mess right now, but that's going to be the way. We're just trying to be as clean as we can while we accomplish the hot mess of the base. And do what we can. And I just have to decide where I want to do this copper smelting. I'm thinking maybe here, because the copper plates end up going kind of up this way and over down here. So really it could come in and connect down and left. So this could be our copper ore belt right here. And I will expand. This can maybe just go over all of it. Yep. What's up, Jane? I have not gotten to trains yet. We are still many episodes from trains, I think. I don't know how many, but it's many. Many. Yeah, this works. The grade 2... Oh, I've already brought it over here. I think instead I'll bring it down this way. Oh, nice. Yeah, bull biking's great. I'm sure he's gotten a lot farther. I tuned in, this was a couple weeks ago now, and he was already on to green science, I think. Or maybe it was just pi1, but either way, it was a lot farther than I had gotten. Oh, you know what I'll do is I'll just use the same fuel that's coming from here. What's up, Eurus McFarmer? Welcome to Factorio. I don't know if you've watched much Factorio before. I know you're a Dwarf Fortress kind of guy, but welcome. And buses, not so much in pYanodon's. I definitely know that people have done it because that's what people just normally do in Factorio, and so people who haven't done much pYanodon's before tend to try it, and then they realize there are way too many items in pYanodon's to make a bus worthwhile. Yeah, it's extremely painful to try to bust things in pYanodon's. I did one in my Season 1. I bust all the metals, and even that, I think, was a bad decision. It's just, you change builds so often, and you need things in so many places that you can do a sort of bus. I mean, that's kind of, in a way, what I'm doing over here, is I brought in all the metals and stuff, but just trying to have everything in one giant straight line, I don't think is gonna work out in a pYanodon's playthrough. Okay, I'm doing 6. I still don't know if that'll be enough inserters. We need 7.5 plus some amount of raw coal here. 0.2, so 7.7. And we have 12 of these, which is 7.2. So I actually need one more. Making plates here. And then the output is what, 3.2? So 7 times 6 is 4.2, so that should be enough output. We do need an ash filter. Something that looks exactly like this. And that should do it. Oh, nice, Eurus. You found me because you had ash problems. Yeah. It's a thing. It is a thing. Okay, so then we need to patch ourselves into this copper right here. Actually, no. This just is the copper now. We can delete this. Oh, you know what I can do instead is I can just bring this down. What I call reversing the bus. And do that. And then that will work itself out. And then I can remove all this. And we will need the ore. So we'll get that all mined out. And I'll delete this belt. Yeah, Dave Areno, that's basically what I'm doing. I haven't even started sorting the ash everywhere. I'm planning on doing that at some point. Many people have already recommended it to me, but I just haven't wanted to get started with it yet. But one of the main ways to use ash is... Let me find it. Oh, also, you can shift-click to do 10 at a time, and control-click to do 5 at a time, if you didn't know. But it's right here. Ash separation, you can get coal dust, which is fuel, iron oxide, which is iron plates, and soot, which then can be further sorted into all these ores. So, exactly, Dave Reno, it does decrease the density. Essentially, I'm actually curious now because I haven't looked at the numbers. I know it's a lot less, but let's actually look at how much less it becomes. Ash sorting... Ingredient, so 1,000 ash, which is 1 stack, becomes iron plates. And then soot, which becomes all of this stuff. So yeah. If you use up that 50 fuel, you can see that one stack of ash gets you just a few pieces of ore and a few plates. So overall, it basically disappears. And then you can even use the coal dust in a few things, but you can't yet. You can eventually turn it back into ash. We don't have that recipe yet. So, yep, we'll do that, potentially. The nice thing is that ash stacks to 1,000, so the amount you can store is pretty dang high without needing to work too hard. If it only stacked to like 100, I would probably have done that sorting a lot sooner in a lot of places. Just keep... How long is this belt? I guess it goes all the way to where the copper ore is, which is here. Alright, so that's done. Copper smelting we can check off the list. Feels good. And I do still need to finish making the other five more automated screeners, but we need more steel for that. And let me just confirm that this is all working correctly. It looks like it is. I'm gonna add a few more in here. I don't know, maybe I'll do it this way. I just need to get rid of the copper ore that I have. So we'll do that. Yeah, I mean, the sorting is bad in general. Like, you're basically destroying the ash. You get a tiny amount of byproducts that are useful, but the amount is so low that, you know, you don't actually get that much, right? If you think about it, we've only made, in our whole playthrough so far, 1.4 million ash. And so you would only have gotten 2,000 iron ore, 2,000 copper ore, 1K aluminum, zinc, and lead, and 2,500 iron plates. 50,000 coal dust, which is fine, but it's not that much compared to the raw coal. So overall, it kind of is just destroying it. Heck, you would need a lot of the coal dust power to even power this, to power the separators. So it's actually power negative to do this. You're producing 150 megajoules worth of coal dust, and you're using 170 megajoules of power, not to mention whatever this is. So, yep. Doopy-doo. Let's get rid of this stuff, and then get back to Vrauk's, because that's a thing. So, what were we... Let me pick this up. I'm trying to remember where we had gotten to with our Vrauk's. Looks like we had done all of this stuff up here. Maybe. Did we need more of biosamples? I don't think so. I know we were in the Vrauk production loop, the breeding loop. Let's go check on that. Oh, that's the rendering. We're not doing that yet. Oh, I forgot to select the recipe on my sap extractors. Did I, though? Because that was already filled with sap. Huh. Wait a second. Did an update break things? No, those are still selected. I wonder what had happened there. Okay, so we have plenty of Vrauk's here to jumpstart the loop again. Get that filled up. So now that will produce cocoons. This one will receive cocoons and make Vrauk's out of that. And then the Vrauk's need to go over here to get caged and rendered. And each Vrauk makes 2 pyscience. And I believe I can just throw the Vrauk's in this chest. Yeah. Oh, crap. And I put my cages down, but I need to put them in here. Where did I think I put them in my middle storage area. which is over here. By the way, Dwarf Fortress released, for those of you that haven't watched those videos, and I've been enjoying it quite a lot. I would recommend it to most people. I will say there's a couple issues that I've had. Graphical frame rate is a bit of an issue for some reason, which seems odd given the kind of game it is, so some people are recommending you actually just play the old version anyway. I don't know. I found it quite fun. It is a game that requires you to kind of set your own goals, a bit like Minecraft. There's not a tech tree, there's not progression in that sense, but you do, as your kingdom gets more valuable, you do attract interest of other kingdoms, which can mean getting attacked or things like that, I think. I still haven't played a ton. There's so much to the game I haven't discovered, but it is fun if you like that sort of thing. And here we go. We've got meat, chitin, guts, brains, and formic acid. So there you have it. And then the cage goes back into here, which then feeds back into this building. So we should be good to go on cages. And fuel for the assembler here. That'll be plenty. And then that formic acid goes into here, which it already made a few, it looks like. Latex slabs, which then make latex, which went onto this belt. There it is. And the latex makes rubber stoppers. Doodly-doo. And second one. Ta-da! Rubber stoppers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. I'll probably name this episode that. I had a season 1 episode named that, and I quite like that name. That gets us 2 glassware. And we have our first glassware. Ta-da! Don't break it. And then the glassware gets carted over to here, where we have already automated the substrate, which needs the cellulose. I did bring more cellulose over. And do I have enough moss? I think so. I want to say I counted the moss out. But yeah, you need 3 glassware for 3 science packs, so not quite there. Well, the good news, Jane, is that Dwarf Fortress is free. The paid version is only really to get the music and the new UI graphics. If you are happy to try to learn the old interface, which I've heard in some ways is better, and the game won't be laggy, you can just get the old one for free. And there are graphics packs. You don't have to play with ASCII to play old Dwarf Fortress. The free version, you can get graphics packs that look a lot better. They still don't look quite like the new Steam version does, but they are at least, what's the right word? It looks like a video game. It's legible to your eyeballs. The ASCII one, not so much. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so we've got Vrauks going now, and now it's just a matter of time. I should maybe do a quick napkin estimate on how much time, because this might be too slow. So what's the actual speed here? The speed is 10 cocoons a minute, which is gonna be faster than this guy, so I might want a second one of these. This will result in 0.4 Vrauks a minute, which is 2 science packs per Vrauk, so 0.8 a minute. That's pretty slow. I think the 1.6 a minute would be a lot better. But that means I'm gonna need to redo this nonsense because I'm gonna have 2 of these running. And they need 1 moss a minute and 3 flora. How much moss a minute do I get? Okay, plenty. Each of these makes 12 moss a minute, so I don't have to worry about moss output. And cocoon... Okay, that does require 15 to make 10. We'll only need about 4, so this will need, math, 6 moss a minute. We should be okay on that. It'll need about 2 to 2.5 sap a minute, and water barrels totally fine on that. So that guy will be fine, but we'll need to rework kind of how this looks. Because now this needs to continue. The second one, and these kind of need a loop in a bigger area. And I might need a few more barrels just to make sure we have enough circling around in there. So I shall handcraft a few. You know, I didn't think you could handcraft barrels. That's why I had that assembler. I don't know why. Yes, 2 is quite slow, but it's gonna be 1.6 pi science a minute, which I think we said was enough. No, that's not enough, is it? Wait, did I do that math wrong? Yeah, we definitely need more than that. I don't know why I was thinking 1.6 a minute was enough. Yeah, I'll probably go to 4, actually. This can handle almost 5. Actually, can it handle 5? 9.74. I'm going to use this calculator because it's here. Oh gosh, I just took a screenshot. 9.74 divided by 5. Oh, it doesn't even use the keyboard. That's why I don't use this one. You know what? I literally cannot function. The FNEI calculator is bad. 9.74 divided by 5. 1.948. 1.875. Okay, it does work. So I can handle 5 of the Vrauk paddocks from just this. We will need no more sap. I don't think we'll need more moss. Technically, if my tree farm is running full tilt, using 29... Oh, I built too many of these. Or not enough tree farms. Because 29 seedlings a minute is about 50 moss a minute, which is definitely less than that. Now, the problem might be stone. I don't know if we have enough stone coming in. So, got to keep that in mind. But I don't think we're going to need to rework moss here. I also... My brain doesn't know off the top of my head. What's the rate per minute on a belt? 7.5 times 60, 15 times 60 is that 900? Yeah. So 450 a minute is like half a belt. Definitely don't have to worry about those numbers. Okay, so we're gonna feed this. Native flora, I'm going to... How long is that gonna last? 3 a minute. Oh gosh, that'll last a long time. Okay. I'll just bring in a chest for maybe all 5. And put it back here. And then I need to craft more Vrauk paddocks, which need... What do you need? Where even are they? Is it that one? Yeah. Aluminum plates in the microorganism mines, which needed really just a lot of stone brick and iron plates. And I mentioned this, I believe, in my Dwarf Fortress streams, but there's also another game that I'm very excited about. It's releasing a huge new update in about a week from when this video will show up, maybe slightly more. I should be playing it around Christmas time, assuming there's no huge bugs that prevent me from doing so. And I'm quite excited to play it. It is a game that is somewhat, I would call it a DF alike, Dwarf Fortress alike, meaning you designate workers to do things. It's very different than Dwarf Fortress. It's also very different than Factorio, but I think fans of both games have a decent chance of enjoying this game. I would also lump it in with Oxygen not included. I would say it's the most like that out of the games I've mentioned. Still wouldn't say it's the same as Oxygen not included. It's a pretty unique game. I love it. I'm excited to play it on stream, and it's a very addicting game. So don't come crying to me if you end up buying it and love it. Where am I going, guys? Oh, my brain is gone. It's always gone when I play pYanodon's. That's normal. Stone brick. Stone brick and iron plates to make Vrauk paddocks. That's where I'm going. Thank you. I got myself all distracted talking about my secret game that I'm going to play. Well, I'm not going to tell you, Jane. It's a secret. Okay, I need more glass. Do I need more small parts while I'm here? Probably. Actually, yeah, I did. And why am I not getting more small parts? What broke? What? Oh, I broke this belt when I was... How did that happen? What the heck? And what is this? Oh, that's not supposed to be connected. When I was connecting the iron to science over here, I broke it, but I don't know exactly how. I also don't know why are we stopped. Oh, that one wasn't supposed to have small parts in it. It's just those two. Okay. And we need more small parts. All right. Get some more glass. Has the Rift Breaker crossed with Factorio and pYanodon's? I haven't played the Rift Breaker in a while. I need to check it out again. I know they've released a lot of content. The Rift Breaker was really fun, and then I got really bored, kind of in a short manner of time. I feel like that's what happens to me with a lot of games, actually. So that's not unusual. Not unusual for Krydax. That's what makes games that could hold my interest really special. Another game, I did put out a review video for this, my first review video, by the way. Give it a watch if you love your old Krydax, but it's called Soulstone Survivors. And if you like Vampire Survivors, I highly recommend Soulstone Survivors. It's extremely fun. It's just fun. I can't describe it in any other way. Just play it. It's a blast. It's kind of like Vampire Survivors meets Diablo 3. The reason I mentioned Diablo 3 is because you have 6 active skills, and you don't have to cast them, so it's like Vampire Survivors. All you do is run around. You do have an aiming direction, but that's it. You run around and you have an aiming direction, and all your skills auto-cast, but like on Level Up, you choose new skills or upgrades to the skills. You defeat hordes of enemies, and there's meta progression, so it's a roguelite, not a roguelike, which I love. Yeah, highly recommend it. Soulstone Survivors, and there's a huge update coming out sometime this week as of me recording this, or streaming it, so there'll be a lot more content to unlock too. And even without the content, it's only $10, so it's like a really cheap game for how much fun there is to be had. So yeah, if you like Soulstone Survivors, check out... Or, sorry, if you like Vampire Survivors, check out Soulstone Survivors. I'm not being sponsored, but I would love to be. Anyway, we got water barrels. I should probably even make a few more now that this belt's so long, because I need this whole thing to loop around. Oh, crap. I need this one as well. Power low. Uh-oh. We require more pylons. And more Vespine gas, as usual. As usual. We're also going to need to do some serious production of Vrauks to fill these up. We're going to start with one in each, because each building is half the speed already. You kind of get you get spotted some speed, even if you don't have any modules. So, better to start them all with one than putting all 5 in this guy. because then they'll all at least be running. And this is really hacked together, which I'm okay with, because it'll work. Okay, more barrels. I think 35 should be plenty. I need to go grab some more native flora, and then that should actually do it. The lonely power pole? Did I make a mistake? Oh, I did. I did. You'd think I didn't even make a mod to make the power poles longer. But I did. The Krydax patch makes the wire reach 10 instead of 7.5, but that's still not very far in pYanodon's terms. I also need some more ash over here, so I'm going to grab some more ash. More ash and native flora, both of which require inventory space. There should be enough flora for basically the entire time I make research over here. We'll rely on nanobots to do that. And then I need some more ash. Which, I'll get some from power, because I'm imagining we have far too much over here. Far too much. This is where I'm guessing a majority of my 1.4 million ash is. We'll take from this first one. Okay, there we go. Ash for days. Oh, my coal belt is off, you're right. That is going to make power low. I'll need to take a look at that. I'm not going to redo power until we have a couple of these researches, because having... where is it? This one. Being able to crush my coal nets a lot more power out of it, because it takes 9 megajoules and turns it into 15 megajoules, which is a huge boost. That's assuming I can craft secondary crushers. I don't actually know for a fact that I can. What goes into those bad boys? Yes, I can. Perfect. Lamps? Yeah, we're good. Okay, and then I can get back my stuff. Don't forget to pick up your stuff. How we doing? Still not enough barrels? Oh, I need to feed it my barrels, that's why. Oh, I'm also not outputting anything at all. Maybe I need to do this a little bit cleaner. Alright, fine, we'll do it the right way. Stop yelling at me. Who's yelling at me, you ask? My internal voice. The voice inside my head. The voice inside my head. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head. Okay. Get rid of that crap. Wait, did this need flora too? No, okay. So, we're gonna do this right. Vrauk paddock. 5. Now, I don't actually know if the, I'm just gonna avoid the uranium here. And I don't, can a pipe go over? No, a pipe cannot go over. So I actually do need a space, that's fine. And then we'll just do the other 4. And then, obvious, choose the recipe. Okay, so flora and maybe water barrels. Do I want water barrels to loop, I guess is the question. They don't have to. They might as well. I'll need less barrels. I need a lot more barrels if they don't loop, because then they have to essentially back up. And this amount of distance is quite far. Because a tile is 4 things, and we've got... Hold on, I have literally a measuring tape. That's 13 tiles a piece, times 4, so I need like 60 steel to back one of these up. So yeah, I'm just going to loop the water barrels. And we'll do that. And we'll place the water barrels back on the belt they came from, but on the other side. And then I might not have enough space here, so we're going to have to remove that. Or we're just going to have to redirect this. I'll move this down like 3 tiles. Whoa, check that out. It breaks where that symbol is. That's weird. I don't know if that's just graphical or if it actually breaks it. In any case, we're gonna need essentially 2 belts. This one will weave. I am using the word weaving, but we should use the word squiggly or sidewinder, because we agreed that weaving's probably not the right term. We need a power pole. We'll need this guy. And we'll need this guy. Empty barrels, which is at the bottom of this. Whitelist on the close side. This is going to be for the moss and the cocoons, and this is going to be for the flora, which I'm going to be lazy because I don't want to move all of that over. So that's the flora. Oh wait, we have another one to add. Okay. Get that going. These 2 going. That one going. The output. It also outputs Vrauks. What? So how about this? Whitelist. Vrauky boys. That's going to be water barrels coming back. And we probably need another power pole to stretch the whole way. I think I can copy this into the other ones. Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, long inserters being gated is pretty rough, not gonna lie. Alright, this is Vrauk's. Just for consistency, we'll make sure that goes on the side of the belt there. The rest of this belt. We are almost out of belts. We had just enough. And there the Vrauks go. And... Oop. Is that the... Okay. It grabbed it. That's fine. Just deposit our water barrels. I had more than I thought I did. Deposit the rest of our barrels. And I want to say, once we get this hooked up, that should do it. That should do it. Well, a double underground won't work? What are you talking about? What? Come on, Dave. Everyone knows that that works. Yeah, that does not work at all. I didn't really mean to do that. I don't know what happened exactly. I think this is really all I meant to do. But then the other one got me all confused. So, something in my head broke. Why is there... Oh, that's why there's a chest. Okay, I don't even know what's wrong, but that should replace all of the broken parts. It's mostly just that part, I think. That looks better. Missing belt. And connections. Incoming. A few more belts needed. Try to get them all running here. Put the rest in the first one. Attach to power. And baby, you got a stew going. Wow, okay. Currently, that will give us almost 1 a minute. And then in I don't know, half an hour or so, we'll come back and try to fill it up with the rest of the Vrauks. I guess it'll be more than half an hour needed. But I should check back in half an hour to make it faster again. Was that even on our list? I don't think it was. Revamp copper processing. That was on our list twice. We did that. And I did lay more stone brick. A little bit. Between episodes. Automation, science, automation. We did part of that, but not enough of it. Okay, well, I think that's a perfect place to call it an episode, so we will do such, and yeah, as always, for those of you on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.